This video is sponsored by Epica. Even frequent flyers make mistakes when they're traveling, but most are easy to avoid if you know what to watch for. In this video, we're going to break down the most common packing mistakes and how to prevent them. Number 8 happens more than you'd think. Let's jump in. To save yourself from overpacking, don't make this mistake. Loading your bag without first creating a packing list is a recipe for disaster. It can go one of two ways. You'll either bring a lot of gear that you don't need or forget something essential. A waterproof phone case for your beach vacation or water shoes to climb a waterfall might not be at the top of your mind if you're tossing things into a suitcase at the last minute. Since trip-specific gear is easy to forget, we recommend making a list of what to bring as you're planning your daily activities. It's easier to see what you can leave behind if it's not buried under a pile of other gear in your bag by the time you decide to cut back. And you'll save space in your travel backpack if you base it on a capsule wardrobe with pieces you can mix and match. If this is your first time making a packing list, pull it back up when you get back home and delete everything you thought you'd need but never touched. Then you'll have an even more streamlined list to work from next time. This one may seem a little bit obvious, but make sure your bag is empty before you start packing. Not only are there differences between your everyday carry and what you're likely to pack when you travel, but some items that you carry daily might be an issue at the airport. For example, your favorite multi-tool might be too sharp to keep in your carry-on or personal item. Due to TSA's rules, you'll have to leave behind built-in knives or scissors larger than 4 inches. If you empty your bag before you pack for a trip, you won't accidentally leave it in a pocket and get it confiscated. If you stash something prohibited inside a pocket you don't regularly use, you may not find it before officers pull you aside and look through your bag. If you're unsure if something's allowed or not, pop over to the What Can I Bring section of tsa.gov to check. And be sure to check government websites of the place you'll be visiting so you don't make the same mistake on your return trip. Better safe than sorry. Don't make the mistake of forgetting a travel adapter when you visit another country. The last thing that you want to do when you arrive is to buy a wall charger on location just to charge your devices. However, you're more likely to remember something that you use every day. That's where the hybrid 8-in-1 travel adapter from Epica, this video's sponsor, comes in handy. Since it's designed for fast charging at home and abroad, it can be your everyday charger for your phone, tablet, earbuds, and more, while also serving as an outlet extender. Then, since it's out in plain sight, it'll be much easier to remember to grab it on your way out the door for a trip to Europe. It's an outlet extender that works in the US with Type A and B outlets and comes with a detachable Type-C plug for the EU that slides right over the folded US prongs. Both sets fit snugly into any outlet and fold away for more compact travel compared to fixed prong adapters, helping you save space in your bag. Along with 2 18-watt USB-A ports and 2 20-watt fast-charging USB-C ports, which is 5 watts more than some competitors, there's a US plug on the front. The design ensures the USB ports stay active. That's even when the front AC Type A outlet is in use, preventing lockout. The adapter also protects your devices with built-in defense against overloading, overcurrent, and overheating. Just keep in mind that it is not a voltage converter. Epica is one of the top universal travel adapter brands in the US, with different styles to suit any traveler. You might remember them from our Prime Day video where we recommend their universal travel adapter, and they're back with another great deal. Use the code in the description below for an exclusive discount on the hybrid 8-in-1 travel adapter 2-pack bundle. It's a better value per adapter and great if you want a backup or a gift for a fellow traveler. While you won't make the mistake of leaving your travel adapter behind again, you want to make sure you pack it in the right place. Another common packing mistake is not utilizing all of the space in your bag. Instead of leaving pockets and compartments empty in your personal item and overstuffing your carry-on, it's a good idea to split the difference. If you're flying a strict airline with tight size and weight restrictions, use both your bag allowances to maximize what you can carry. Even if you don't need your hat, swimsuit, and extra shoes on the plane, they'll fill otherwise unused space in your personal item and lighten up your carry-on. You can also carry some gear in these zippered pockets of your jacket. That'll give you an easily accessible spot for your phone, wallet, keys, and cash, and free up a pocket in your backpack. Plus, it keeps everything together as you go through security. And if you need to save weight on your carry-on or personal item, you can stuff heavier items like your battery bank or heavy laptop charger inside of your jacket pockets too. Use compression packing cubes to help you make the most of your space in your carry-on too. Clothing that's packed tightly together naturally leaves you more room for extra gear. And if you're packing into a rolling suitcase with an extendable handle, fill the space between the handle with things like flip-flops, socks, and underwear. It's also a good spot for tiny items like a Bluetooth speaker. That leads right into our next mistake, being disorganized. It is hard to find small gear at the bottom of your bag without some segmentation. That's why we like to use a bunch of pouches, kits, and cubes. When you have a designated place for each item you need to pack, you'll know exactly where to find it. Where's your travel mouse? It's right in your tech kit or in the admin panel of your travel backpack, if it has one. How about your comb? It's probably in your toiletry bag. Remembering just about anything is harder when you're fighting off jet lag, so make it easy on yourself with organization. Plus, it makes packing a breeze. When everything has a specific spot, it is more obvious that you forget to grab your phone cord when you see that empty pocket, even without checking your packing list. That's equally true as you scramble to repack late night before flying home. Whether you left your shampoo in the shower or your watch charging on the nightstand by the bed, you're less likely to leave it behind if you stay organized. Showing up to a closed attraction or getting side-eyed by a local usually just means one thing: you didn't research. Before you leave for a trip, make sure you're aware of any faux pas at your destination. That means knowing dress codes for the place you're traveling to, whether it's covering your shoulders to enter a Thai temple or wearing longer shorts to the Vatican. You'll also want to familiarize yourself with the social norms of your destination, like if covering your face on public transit is considered polite. Then there's the research that helps you upon arrival. Apply for any necessary visas ahead of arrival, check specific vaccine requirements, and find the best place to get local currency when you land. Airports have different rules too. Even if you have global entry or TSA pre-check, those services aren't always the same in other countries. Check the airport you'll be flying out of on your return trip, as some require you to put things like coffee grounds in your checked bag or don't have pre-check, so you'll need to remove your liquids. I've also had TSA-approved tools confiscated abroad, and I think it all just comes down to the security officer that you get. Speaking of shampoo, remember to check the liquid capacity of all of your containers, not how much is left. Just because your 10-ounce bottle of lotion only has 3 ounces of lotion left, that doesn't mean you can bring the large container. If you're traveling carry-on only, the 3-1-1 rule means you're limited to bottles that fill up to 3.4 ounces of liquid or 100 milliliters, and you can only bring the number of bottles that will fit into a 1-quart size clear bag. Depending on the airport, TSA officers don't always ask you to pull your liquids out to go through the scanner separately anymore. However, you'll want to have a quart-size clear bag handy on you if you do. I always keep one in my DOP kit just in case. Pay attention as you go through the line, as the officers often make announcements telling you what does or doesn't have to be pulled out of your bag once you hit the conveyor belt. If they say liquids must be out, quickly throw them into the baggie that you brought along. Certain foods count as liquids too, so make space for things like peanut butter, hummus, and cream cheese in that bag. Oh, and before leaving home, make sure that your travel bottle seals are intact and strong. Otherwise, you could get a nasty surprise when you open your bag at your destination and find your shampoo has leaked all over your toiletry bag. That's why we put any liquids into a separate bag or compartment, even if we don't have to pull them out of the TSA pre-check line. Depending on where your travels take you, you might not need to bring half of those liquids anyway. If you're staying with family or friends, there's a good chance you'll have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash in the shower waiting for you, and we've found the same situation in some Airbnbs. Most hotels and resorts still supply shampoo and soap too, although you may still want your own if your hair has specific needs. If you'll be staying for more than a week in a metro area, you can always hit a local store when you arrive and buy small bottles of what you need to avoid having to pack it. That'll come in handy if you fall victim to our next packing mistake: not checking the size and weight of your luggage before you leave home for the airport. Don't rely on brands' claims of carry-on compliance. Just because your travel backpack or suitcase came with a tag that says carry-on size doesn't mean it is, or that it matches your airline's rules. Double check the measurements with your own tape measure to ensure you won't be asked to gate check it. Some bags only fit the requirements if they're a little more empty, and we've tested on a lot of bags made with flexible materials that are easy to overpack because they expand. Everything fits inside so nicely that you don't realize the bag has bloated several inches over the listed dimensions in multiple directions. I can't stress this enough, we see this with brands all the time. They claim carry-on compliance when it turns out it's just for the bigger airlines. Also, if your airline weighs carry-ons, then make sure to check the weight before you leave for the airport too. Maybe you plan to stock up on things you can't buy at home when traveling to another country. If so, you want to pack a small luggage scale to double check for your return flight too. It's easier to reallocate items among other bags before leaving for the airport than when you hit the scale at check-in with tons of people lined up behind you. You might not feel someone grabbing for your gear in a tightly packed queue. So don't make the mistake of forgetting to secure your most important items. We love quick access pockets, but the downside is that thieves can easily access what's inside. We recommend keeping your passport, ID, cash, and wallet in a sling on your chest or secure internal backpack pocket as you make your way through crowded areas. That'll make it harder for them to grab something without you noticing. You can put a travel lock on these zippers of your bag too. They're not foolproof and they are pretty easy for someone to break if they really want to, but it's enough of a deterrent that a thief will likely choose an easier target. Plus, locks will hold your zippers together as they rub against other bags in the overhead bin, the belly of the plane, or the luggage carousel. Zip ties or twist ties work here too, but keep in mind that TSA officers may cut these off if they need to get access to your bag. The goal here is to make quick access difficult, not to turn your bag into Fort Knox. Another easy deterrent is to make your bag stand out in some way. Whether that's by adding a sticker, a colorful strap, or just investing in a piece with a color or print that stands out from the crowd, it might prevent someone from accidentally walking away with your bag at the baggage claim, gate, or the airport lounge. If someone does take your bag by accident or on purpose, it's easier for airport staff to identify it as yours if you can point to a unique feature. So those are some common packing mistakes we see and how to avoid them. What tips do you have to share with other travelers? Let us know down in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.